Okie dokie. So, exactly 1 week after the 50-kilometer run, I did my first 10-kilometer run again today. And let me tell you, recovery is a mindset. Of course, after you do like a big challenge or you have like a period of intense training, you're gonna have to recover a little bit, like take time to let your body catch up again. But at some point, it's not only gonna be your body, but also your mindset. If you like after 1 week are still going like, oh shit, I'm weak and I have to, I'm not progressing and I have to recover and I have to do less, right? If you're still after that, like in that mindset, but it's like a week after your effort, right? You've been stuck in that same spot for like a week. Guess what? I don't think it's only your body that's the problem. It's also your mind. It's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy, because you think that you're tired, so you wake up tired. You're tired when training. You feel every little ache because you expect to feel it, right? But at some point, you have to get kind of your head out of your ass and know from yourself that, hey, it's been, a week, 2 weeks, whatever. I should be able to go hard again. And from that point on, you expect yourself to go harder again, right? You don't take the excuses your body is making anymore and you push through them. And you will notice your body will adapt because it had time to recover. And now it's just playing this act of still being tired because it doesn't want to land in the same situation again. But it's sort of your body just being rusty from not having sufficient activity in a while. So for me, this week, every run was fucking painful. I didn't want to do it, especially the first few days, my quadriceps were hurting like shit. Of course, I didn't want to run, but I ran anyway. And like after a couple of days, the pain went kind of away, but it was still there. After 100 meters, I would feel this slight pain in my quadriceps all the time, just being stiff as hell. And it wouldn't go away. Like day 3 to day 6, there was not really any difference in between how much I had recovered, which is weird, right? Because you expect to go whoop all the way, like back to recovery. But at some point, like you expect yourself to go back to this certain point, you know, of strength. And when you're not getting there, you get frustrated and you're like, oh, should I do this? Should I recover even longer? No, at some point you just have to, man up a little bit and push yourself through it. Because today I ran 10 kilometers just being sick and tired of my body not recovering well, right? And guess what? After up until kilometer 5, it was difficult. My legs were heavy, and then when it comes to kilometer 6, 7, 8, it just got better and better and better until at the end I was basically flying at the pace I'm usually running at, right? So it's of course recovery itself is important as well, but don't let yourself be stuck in this mindset of I have to do less and I have to recover harder and I have to, wait longer until I can get stronger again. No, if you've had like a week of that shit going on, it's time to just throw it out the window, get frustrated with yourself, and force yourself to grow. Because I guarantee it, or I guess it's the 99.999 bacteria get killed kind of stuff. You can't guarantee anything in life, but most likely you will get out of the red. So let's get training today. First of all, we have some hamstrings to do. And yeah, just like with the running, I think it's time to one up the level again a little bit. So I'm gonna try and do some Nordic curls without any assistance, a few sets of 5 reps, not 5 sets. I don't want to go to 100% volume yet, but certainly, a bit more already because last time we did a zero unassisted Nordic curls. Today, if we can do a couple sets, maybe 2 sets of like 5 or something, that would be very nice. That would be putting us back in a place where we can start building to higher and higher peaks again. And yeah, that's gonna be it for the first half of the workout. So let's get started with it. Okay, set number 1. Let's see if we can get 5 reps. Definitely feeling a bit rusty, but 5 reps nonetheless. I'm gonna try and repeat it for one more set and then do a finisher set as well. So let's go. Alright. Not back to full strength yet, but getting closer and closer. I mean, being able to do 2 sets of 5 reps this time, I think will allow me to do weighted reps next time and then basically get back into the flow after that. So very close to just going on with training, 50 kilometers, yeah, you're gonna have a bit of a dump down in your training, but nothing you can't recover from. It's a mindset, boys. So now let's do one more finisher set. Okay, so my finisher set is gonna be index finger assisted Nordic curls. And this is not very difficult for me, but that's gonna allow me to do a very long set instead, When it comes to recovery, one thing that will speed up your recovery immensely is getting blood into the area. So if I do very long sets, slow and controlled, science-based, if you will, well then I'm gonna get tons and tons and tons of blood in the area. So let's go. One set, and that will be sufficient. Alright. That's it. Holy shit. Alrighty, so hamstrings are done. If you noticed, only 3 sets in total basically, which means the volume is not very big, right? It's a small amount of volume, but that's what I'm aiming for, In this recovery cycle, I wanna try and focus on not having that much volume, but instead having a bit of intensity there, so that my body has this one stimulus of, oh fuck, oh shit, I have to recover, Like with the Nordic growth, it's a strong stimulus. My body is like, what the hell is going on, right? But at the same time, the volume is low, so it's easy to recover from. I'm gonna aim for the same with these pistol squats. Do one main set. I'm gonna I hope to do 36 kilos today on the pistol squat, which would be a major improvement from last time, where I basically failed 24 kilos on the first try, but got them afterwards, nonetheless. But anyway, yeah, small or big stimulus here, but in a small amount. So that will allow my body to recover. And, people will ask me, how should I train? How many sets should I do? Is this program that I just thought of, is it good or not? And well, my answer is, it's all fucking theory. I can speculate if your program is good for you or not, even though I don't have the context of the situation you're living in, right? You can speculate all you want as well. But the true answer is that you're never gonna know until you fucking try. So if you have something in your head and you're like, I wonder if this is good, your first reaction should not be to ask some random YouTube guy whether it's good or not. No, you should just go out and fucking try it. Because if you try it, your body will be the teacher of if your program, if your amount of sets, if your intensity is good or not, you know? If it's bad, right? If it's too much, your body will tell you. If it's too little, right? You won't be tired, but you will also not be making progress. So you will know, right? The best way to know if something is good for you is to just fucking try it. Because not only will you know if it's good or not, you will also know what you should adjust and if you should adjust something, you know? Throw something at the wall, see if it sticks. If it does, keep using it. If not, well, guess what? Throw the next pile of shit at the wall, right? Until it fucking sticks. So that's basically it. And that's what I'm doing with these low volume workouts, especially on the legs right now as well, right? Low volume on my legs, but, you know, kind of intense. And then hopefully my thought process is that I will be easily able to recover, you know. Whether that's true or not, I will find next time. I will find out next time in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z, you know. That's kind of the purpose of trying something. So we have one warm-up set here. Let's see how that goes. If it at least feels better than last time. And the answer is yes. That feels way better than last time. I mean, I still feel my quadriceps, but I also have double the amount of running in my system compared to 3 days ago. So, yeah, I'm just gonna try, put on 36 kilos, aim for 5 reps or something. Maybe that's a bit too ambitious, but trying won't hurt nonetheless. It's only one set, so I don't really care. If I go to failure, you know, my legs will be able to recover. So, 36 kilos, let's give it a spin. All right, 5 reps was too much today, but we got 3 reps. Next time I'm just gonna try the same weight and get more than 3. Go harder than last time. For now, I just have to repeat on my right leg. Alright, one set is over, only 3 reps, but I'm gonna do a couple more sets here with less of an elevation under my heel so that I can train for the mobility. So I'm gonna try some past pistol squats here. A couple sets, not until my limit of course, but just enough to learn the mobility. Alright, this is of course not difficult, but it's gonna get blood pumping in my legs. It's gonna train my mobility. It's not gonna interfere with my recovery. So, you know, no reason not to do this. The only reason I wouldn't do this is because it's fucking boring and I don't want to. But, you know, when you focus or when you are in a bit of a compromised state and there are some things, you know, you can't do your usual training, don't focus on the fact that you cannot do your usual training. focus on the things that you are still able to do to get back to peak form, and surpass your peak form. In my case, I may not like doing this, but it's damn sure gonna have a positive effect on my training, so I will do it. That's what it's all about, Everyone can do stuff when they want to, but, when you can also do stuff even though you don't want to, that's when you get some real gains. So 2 more sets, I think I'm gonna do of this, 5 reps. Let's go. All right, these lunges, usually I feel them in my hips and my ankles, but now I feel them in my quadriceps, so definitely worth doing, because as soon as these puppies feel good again, I think my quadriceps will be perfectly healed. All right, that's it. Let's sit down and discuss. All right, and just like that, the workout is over. Now, today we didn't do that much, right? But it's not what we did or how much we did. It's the way we did it, right? With the mindset. Because, I've been weak the entire week. Well, I had to recover this and that. But during that, your mindset is very important. If you go into your workout, right, thinking you're going to be weak, well, you're going to stay weak. And it's good, in the first couple of days after, you've done some intense training, to take it easy. That's a good idea, don't get me wrong. But at some point, you need to switch up your mindset and tell yourself that things are going to be better, If I went into today's workout telling myself that Nordic curls would still be heavy, if I went in here today telling myself that 36 kilo pistol squats are still too heavy, well, then I wouldn't have done what I did today. I wouldn't have done 2 sets of 5 Nordic curls. I wouldn't have gotten 3 reps on the 36 kilo pistol squat. And it's that positive outlook that will get you back on track. And yes, I know today, I was hoping for 5 reps of 36 kilos, but I could have gotten in here thinking that 36 kilos was going to be too heavy in the first place and not even attempted the weight. Instead, I aimed for something that, okay, it was too high, but I did my best and I got 3 reps of 36 kilos, If you don't have the mindset to even try something, you're gonna get 0 reps. If you don't have the mindset that you have to recover, that you're gonna get stronger now, well, you're not gonna get stronger because you're not gonna attempt things that you think are too difficult, right? You have to give yourself the possibility first before you can attempt something. And that's why, even let's say you attempt your first full planche, right? And you fail the fuck out of it. Is that bad? No, because it's a PR that you attempted your first full planche. A couple weeks ago, you wouldn't have even tried to attempt the full planche. You would have thought to yourself like, oh shit, this is too difficult. I'm not even gonna try. But now you tried and you failed. But the fact that you tried and you thought it was a possibility in the first place, that's a PR as well. And the same mindset you have to kind of apply to your recovery, right? Because otherwise, you're just gonna be dwelling into this valley for eternity. No, you have to climb up the fucking walls of the valley so that you can get out of it, right? And to do that, well, you kind of have to force yourself. Things are not gonna, come by easy, right? Especially if you're not a beginner anymore, you're gonna have to start fighting for your gains. So if you lost some gains because you did some crazy workout or you had to overwork at your work, whatever, or you had some exams and you're tired, well, fuck it, right? Get over it. At some point, you're gonna just have to, make up with the fact that you got a little bit weaker, and you're gonna have to punish your body, to get stronger again. That's how it works. But as long as you know that, right, then you can control it as well, and there will be no trouble. So that's it for today's workout. Very short, 4 main sets, I guess, in total. I mean, there were some accessory sets as well. We went hard on the mobility stuff instead of the main stuff. But yeah, very satisfied. I know next time for a fact that I'm gonna be stronger again, and that's just gonna repeat itself over and over and over again until I get some nice pistol squat PRs already. 60 kilo pistol squat, it's right around the corner, and I'm damn fucking excited for it. And that's the same for everything else. Tomorrow, planche workout, looking forward to it because it's the final push towards getting that goal checked off. And yeah, I mean, the fun thing about getting out of like a bit of a rut, a bit of a weak period, is the fact that you're going to be able to look down and see how much you're improving compared to like a couple of weeks ago, right? So that's something I'm really looking forward to, climbing up the ranks again, climbing up the fucking walls again, and getting as strong as humanly possible. Because that's the main point. I don't want to just look strong. I want to be fucking strong. I want to be agile, all that good stuff. And, it's day by day that you work on it, whether you get stronger that day or not. Mentally, you will have done the work. You will have gotten stronger if you have the right mindset, and the body will follow. So enough yapping for today. I'm gonna have a shower, have some food, and catch you tomorrow.